Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Hope you went through all the previous topics that was discussed on the introduction of capacitors. Now, last class we were discussing about dielectrics and what is polarization, and we were also discussing about electrostatic induction. Now, how charges are induced without being in contact with each other. So these are some of the topics which we discussed in our last class, and today we are going to go into what is called as a capacitor and what is capacitance. So this is a very important topic. Now where you have the usage of these devices in many places. Now where have you seen these capacitors, children? Have you seen the capacitors somewhere? Now capacitors are used in many electrical appliances, for example fan and fluorescent lamp, in digital cameras where you have a capacitor for flashlight. So this is considered to be a device which is used to store charges. As far as capacitor is concerned, it is a device used to store charges. And capacitance is the ability of the conductor to store the charges. So there is a difference between capacitor and capacitance. Capacitor is just a device. Capacitance is the ability of the capacitor to store the charges in it. That is called as capacitance. Okay. So this is a device, as I told you, it is used to store electric charges. So electric charges, as well as if you are going to if you are going to store electric charges, then electrical energy is stored. So what is a capacitor and how it is made up of? Now look at this diagram, the first diagram. Now capacitor is nothing but it consists of two conducting objects. Now there are two plates here that are kept parallel to each other, and these two plates are said to be conducting, okay, and they are separated by a distance. Okay, so two parallel plates, conducting plates, separated by some distance. Now they are connected to look at the second diagram. Two parallel plates are there, and they are separated by a distance d, and these two plates and the area of cross section of those plates is considered to be A, and these two plates are connected to a battery. Now initially the charges are neutral here. Yes or no? The charges are neutral here, but here when I connect it to the battery, what happens? Now here this Q plate is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and this this plate is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So as soon as it is connected to a battery, what happens? Now let us consider the potential difference of the battery be V. Okay, so let V be the potential difference of the battery. Now what happens? As soon as you connect it to a battery, now the electrons are transferred. Okay, the electrons which are very free to move, they are getting transferred from one plate to the other by the battery, and due to the transfer of these electrons, one plate becomes completely positively charged, the other plate becomes completely negatively charged. That is why it is written as, here it is plus Q, here it is minus Q. So one plate is completely positively charged, the other plate is completely negatively charged with the distance of separation small d. Is it clear? Now will there be a potential difference between these plates when it is connected? When there develops potential difference here. Now this potential difference between the plates of the conductor will be equal to the potential in this battery. Is it clear? So, the potential difference between the plates is equivalent to the battery's voltage. Now, let us assume that the voltage of the battery is 12 volt. Now, what will be the potential difference between these two? Again, it is 12 volt. Now, this will be at plus 12 volt and this will be at 0 volt. So, what is the difference between this? It is 12 volt. So, the potential difference between the two plates will be equal to the voltage across, the voltage in the battery. Okay, so this is represented in this diagram. So, first is simply how a capacitor is formed. Capacitor is formed when two plates are kept parallel. They are separated by a distance. One plate is positively charged, the other plate is negatively charged when it is connected to an external field, and there exists a electric field between them because this is completely positively charged and this is negative charge. So, there exists an electric field between these two plates. This is first diagram, and the second diagram how the plates are getting charged when it is connected to an external power supply. You will have the charges that are getting charged, that are getting accumulated in these plates. Is it clear, children? So, what happens when you increase the voltage? When the battery voltage is increased, what will happen in the plates? When the battery voltage is increased, the amount of charges that is stored in the plate also increase. So, how much amount of charge is stored in the in the plates? That also it starts increasing when you increase the potential of the battery. So, you can say that the charges in the capacitor, let me write here. So, the charges in the capacitor is proportional to the potential that is given to the, or the potential difference between the plates. So, the charges depends on the potential difference. So, I will replace this proportional. Now, I said Q proportional to V. Now, I have to replace this proportionality by a constant. So, I replace this proportionality by a constant called C, which is called as capacitance. So, I can also write this formula as C is equal to Q by V, which is called as the capacitance of a conductor. So, what is this C called as? This C is nothing but you call it as proportionality constant, and this proportionality constant is named as capacitance. So, how do I define capacitance as now? It is defined as the ratio. So, it is a ratio between charge and the potential difference. So, I can read the definition as it is a ratio. Capacitance is defined as the ratio of magnitude of charge on either of the conductor plates to the potential difference existing between the conductors. So, charge depends on the potential. Okay, greater the potential difference, greater will be the accumulation of charges. So, capacitance can be defined as the ratio of magnitude of the charges in the plates to the potential difference between the conductors. So, C is equal to Q by V. Okay. So, let us move on to now what is the SI unit of capacitance. Okay. So, here C is equal to Q by V. So, Q is charge. What is the unit of charge? Unit of charge is coulomb and unit of potential difference is volt. So, here is the unit for capacitance, which is coulomb per volt. So, this is the unit. But there is also another unit for capacitance which is called as farad. Now this unit is in remembrance of the scientist Michael Faraday. Okay, so the unit of capacitance was also named as farad. Okay, but in practice this farad is considered to be a very larger unit. So we will not use this farad. Instead, we will go for smaller values like microfarad, then picofarad. So we will use very smaller units. We will not use 1 farad. Okay, microfarad is, what is microfarad? Hope you are familiar. What is micro? 10 power minus 6 farad. Okay, so picofarad is 10 power minus 12 farad. So these are the smaller units. We will be using these smaller units because farad is considered to be very high value. Okay, and how do you represent a capacitor? What is the symbol? Whenever you go for circuit diagrams, you cannot keep on drawing two plates wherever you go, wherever you draw capacitor. Instead, if I draw two parallel lines like this, two parallel lines, now this represents capacitor because it consists of two parallel plates, right? So either you can draw as two parallel lines or one line like this and one line bent like this. So this also represents the symbol for a capacitor. Okay. Okay. Now what is the total charge? Now look at this plate, children. Now one plate is positively charged, the other plate is negatively charged. So what is the total charge as far as these are concerned? You have to say that the total charge is 0. But whenever we talk about the storage of charges in a capacitor, we talk about the charges that is there in any one of the plates. Now suppose if it is going to be here, you will talk about the total charge to be plus Q. Okay, so this is about the introduction of capacitors. Now look at this. These are the various types of capacitors. Hope you would have seen all these things. Now these type of capacitors, condensers are used in fans. When you open this, you will be able to see two metal plates with a dielectric in between. I forgot to tell about dielectric. Whenever we talk about capacitor, in between the plates you have a medium. You have a medium which is air, and if the medium is going to be some other yesterday last class we were discussing about dielectrics. If you happen to keep a dielectric in between the capacitor, how the capacitance will increase, that is what we are going to see in the next topic. So definitely two plates which are separated by a medium. Now the medium definitely will be air or vacuum, or some cases we will have a dielectric. Now if you open this, open this, you will be able to see two metal foils. In between you have a dielectric, okay, which is considered to be an, what is a dielectric? Last class we were discussing dielectric is nothing but an insulator. Okay, so this is about capacitors. Now you have various capacitors in various ranges. When you see this, you will be able to see picofarad, microfarad. The value of the range of the capacitors are written on the surface. So these are some of the capacitors which are used in various areas. Usually capacitors we will use in filter circuits. Filter circuits, we have a wide usage of these type of capacitors which you will be learning in the forthcoming chapters. Clear, children? So this is about the introduction about capacitors. Now let us go to the next topic, which is nothing but capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Now this is considered to be the simplest type of capacitor. Now apart from this, you have cylindrical shape capacitor, then spherical shape capacitors are also there, but to start with, this is considered to be the basic. Now here we are going to determine the capacitance of a parallel plate. Now here the plates are connected parallel. Okay, so let us look at the diagram. Now this is a capacitor now with two parallel plates, and the area of cross section is taken as A, and these two plates are separated by a distance. So the small d represents the distance between the two plates. So the capacitor is already charged. One plate is positively charged, the other side is negatively charged. Now I'm going to determine what is now in between these plates. You have air medium, and there is a uniform electric field that is existing between these plates. Okay, now I wanted you to recall Gauss law's third application, where we talk about electric field between two charged plates. You remember the topic where we considered three different points. We considered one point in this center, one point in this outside the plates, and the other point this side, and we found out the electric field at a point outside the plates was found to be zero, and we found out the electric field between the plates. You recall the third application, this topic is based on that. Okay, and we found out the electric field to be E is equal to sigma by the epsilon, and I'll just tell you the page number so that you can refer before you go into this topic. Now the topic what we discussed is in page number 45 of your textbook, electric field due to two parallel charged infinite sheets. Now in that we calculated the electric field in between the plates. Now here alone you will have electric field existing between the plates whose value was found to be sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, so that we are going to use here, right? Now I am going to find out what is the capacitance of this parallel plate capacitor. Now as you all know, the electric field between the two infinite parallel plates is the formula. What is the formula that we discussed now? E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. What is a sigma? Sigma is nothing but surface charge density. Hope you remember this, children. Every time I am recalling you whatever I have already completed. So what is sigma? Sigma is surface charge density. Okay, and what is the formula for sigma? Sigma is equal to Q by A. Hope you remember this. And what is Q? Q is sigma into A. Hope you remember this formula, right? So the electric field between two infinite parallel plates, and it is the value is given as E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, and the electric field is said to be uniform inside two parallel plates. Okay, now so I will write this formula. E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught by substituting the value of sigma to be Q by A. So in that case, what will be the electric field formula now? E is equal to, substitute for sigma as Q by A. So I substitute sigma as Q by A, and I have epsilon naught. So this is the electric field between the plates, and inside this will have the value E is equal to Q by A into epsilon naught, where epsilon naught is nothing but permittivity of free space or permittivity of air. Is it clear? And you have the, you know the value 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. So this is the value of permittivity, right? Okay. Now what is the electric potential? Now here, now the electric field is uniform here inside the plate. The electric field is uniform. So what is the electric potential between the plates? So the electric potential is given as V is equal to E into D. Now this formula also we have discussed. Relation between electric potential and electric field, which is given as E is equal to minus dV by dr, negative potential gradient. And I also said that the E is equal to V by D is also the formula for electric field. So from this I have the formula for potential to be V is equal to E into D, right? So I am going to substitute in this formula. V is equal to, substitute the value of electric field. I have the value of electric field to be Q by A into epsilon naught into, I have this D. So this is the potential that is existing between the plates of the capacitor. So this is the value of the potential, right? Now I'm going to find out what is the capacitance. As you all know, capacitance is nothing but the ratio of magnitude of the charge to the potential that is developed. Yes or no? So substitute now. Substitute instead of Q, I will substitute Q here. Let me write here, then we'll do Q by, what is V? V is again QD by A epsilon naught. So A epsilon naught will come in the numerator. So here Q and Q gets cancelled. So here is the formula for capacitance, sigma, sorry, A epsilon naught by D is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Okay, so capacitance depends on, now from this formula we can understand that the capacitance of a capacitor, it depends on what? Now look at this formula, what are all the values there? It depends on area of the plates. Greater the area, greater will be the capacitance, and epsilon naught is the permittivity of the, if the space between the conductor, if the space between the conductors is filled with air, you have A into epsilon naught. If it is going to be dielectric, sorry, if it is going to be some other material, then I will have the capacitance formula to be C is equal to A into simply epsilon by D, which means epsilon is nothing but some other medium. And as you all know, epsilon can be written as, how epsilon can be written as, again go back to the first thing. So first chapter in Coulomb's law we were discussing epsilon is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r, okay, with respect to some medium. So hence I substitute the value of capacitance to be A into epsilon naught epsilon r by D. Now this is the value of the capacitance if there is going to be some other medium other than air. Okay, if it is going to be a dielectric, then you will have the formula for capacitance to be C is equal to A into epsilon naught epsilon r. So the capacitance depends on, one, the area, okay, the area of cross section, and it is also inversely proportional to the distance between the plates. So how it is varied with distance? Now there are 2 points that are discussed in the textbook, children, after this explanation is over. The first point what they discuss is, if the area of cross, like they are discussing what are the factors. So the first point is they talk about area. If the area of cross section of the capacitor is increased, now greater the area is this part, if greater the area, greater, now if you have more area, you can store more amount of charges, right? So more charges can be distributed for the same potential difference. You can have more charges if the area is going to be more. If the area is going to be more, naturally capacitance also will be increased. So that is the first point. The second point they discuss about is the distance D. So if the distance D between the two plates is reduced, now if the plates are going to be closer, okay, if the distance is going to be reduced, now what happens to the potential difference, children? The potential difference also will be decreasing, because very less amount of potential difference is nothing but what? Work done in moving one charge from one point to other. So if the distance is going to be decreasing, potential also will decrease. Okay, so potential also will decrease in the sense that is, again take this formula, V is equal to E into D. Now if distance has proportionality with V, so if distance is going to be decreasing, what happens to the potential? The potential also will decrease. As a result, what happens? The voltage difference between the terminals of the battery, now this will be connected to a battery. So what happens to the potential difference in the battery? The potential difference in the battery will increase, which increases the charges. Okay, so potential energy in the battery increases, which in turn will have more number of charges in this area. So lesser the potential difference between the plates will be lesser the distance, then you have potential in the battery to be increasing, which will cause for the increase in charges. Okay. Next, on the opposite of this, suppose if the distance is going to be increased, naturally what happens to the potential difference between these plates? That also will, what happens? That also will be increasing, right? If the distance is going to be increased, potential difference also will increase, because more work has to be done. You need to pull, right? Distance is more, so the potential difference will be more. In that case, what happens to the potential difference in the battery? The potential difference in the battery will become lesser. In that case, the charges will flow from the plate to the battery. So the capacitor voltage increases and becomes greater than the battery voltage, then the charges will flow from capacitor plates to battery till the voltage becomes. So charging will take place, because to manage the potential, because the potential has to be the same. So these are the 2 points that are discussed after this formula. So I want you to be very thorough with these 2 points, children. Go through the topic. It is a very simple topic. Now based on this, we will discuss one sum, children. Okay, it's a very easy problem. A parallel plate capacitor has square plates of side 5 centimeter and separated by a distance of 1 millimeter. Calculate the capacitance of this capacitor. So formula, capacitance is C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. Now epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. Now area is not there, but they have given the side 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeter means area will be 25 into centimeter. So it has to be converted into meter. So you have 25 into 10 power minus 4 divided by, what is D? D is 1 millimeter. So which is 10 power minus 3 meter. Now when I simplify, I will have the answer as 221, because denominator you have 10 power minus 3. Take it up. You adjust it with power. You multiply 8.854 into 25. You will have 221.2 into 10 to the power of minus 13 farad. So convert it into minus 12. So you have 22.12 into 10 power minus 12 farad, or simply you can write 22.12 picofarad. So this is the first answer. Look at the second question. There is one more question. If a 10 volt battery is connected to the capacitor, what is the charge stored in any one of the plates? So you need to find out the value of charge. So charge is Q is equal to, what is the value of charge? Formula, Q is equal to C into V. Now we have already found out. I'll discuss the sum later on, children. We'll continue in the next class, children. Okay, see you.